Okay folks, for this lesson I'll show you the point-slope form of an equation for a line. Right? So the point-slope form is written like this. Y minus y1 equals m in parentheses x minus x1. Okay, so let's say you're given a point 2, 5 for instance. Right, and the slope of the line that passes through this point 2, 5, let's say the slope is 7. Right, so we can write the equation of the line in point-slope form just knowing that it passes through the point 2, 5 and the slope of the line is 7. Right, all you have to do is we'll mark off the 2 as x1 and the 5 as y1, and obviously the m is just the slope. So here we can plug in the 5 for y1 and we can plug in the 2 for x1 and we can plug in the 7 for m. Right, so when we want to write this as point-slope form, it's going to look like this. Y minus the y1, which is 5, equals the m, which is 7, in parentheses x minus the x1, which is the 2. Right, so we essentially wrote down the point-slope form of the line, right? That has a slope of 7 and passes through the point 2, 5, and it's written out like this: y minus 5 equals 7 in parentheses x minus 2, and that is the point-slope form, and we're happy. Alright, let's say we want to write down the equation of the line in point-slope form given 2 points. Let's say the 2 points are 3, 1 and 5, 2. Okay, so we're going to have to use the point-slope form, which is y minus y1 equals m x minus x1. Okay, well, first off we have to find the slope, right, the m. So let's do it on the side here. Right, so let's label this x1, y1, x2, y2. So 2 minus 1 over 5 minus 3, which is 1/2. Okay, so the slope is 1/2, right? Then we can plug that in for m, 1/2. Okay, now we pick a point. See, it doesn't matter which point, right? So I'll just pick the easier one. I'll just pick this one here, since it's already written out as x1, y1. Right? So now we'll just replace the x1, y1 with 3 and 1, right? Respectively. So y minus 1 equals, we already have the slope, which is 1/2, and then in parentheses x minus 3. Okay? So this is in point-slope form, right? And we're halfway there. Let's say I want to put this into slope-intercept form. And if you remember from last time, right, the slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b, right? This is almost like that, right? First thing we want to do is distribute this 1/2 here. Okay? So 1/2 times x is just 1/2 x. And then 1/2 times the negative 3 is just negative 3/2. And let's bring down this y minus 1 here. Okay, there's only one thing left to do here. If you look at it, all we have to do is add 1 to both sides. Okay, so we can actually erase this, take away the minus 1 plus 1, right? And now we have negative 3/2 plus 1, but we can actually change the 1 to 2 over 2, right? That just makes it easier, right? You want to find the least common denominator, right? Here it's just 2 and 2. Here, the negative 3/2 plus 2 over 2, that's just negative 1/2, right? So this whole thing is just negative 1/2 right here. So I can reduce this to just y equals 1/2 x minus 1 over 2, right? Because negative 3/2 plus 2 over 2 is just negative 1/2. And so we essentially wrote down the slope-intercept form of the equation, right? Starting with just 2 points. Alright, let's recap what we did here. First off, we started off with just the 2 points of the line, right? 3, 1 and 5, 2. And then we found the slope, which was 1/2. And then we used the point slope form, which is this right here. And we picked a point, we picked the 3, 1, and well, the slope is 1/2, and we plugged it into the point slope form, and we got this right here, right? So y minus y1 equals 1/2 in parentheses x minus 3. That's the point slope form. And then we modified it and rewrote the equation and put it into slope-intercept form, which is down here. Y equals 1/2 x minus 1/2. Okay, so the slope is 1/2 and the y-intercept is negative 1/2. Right? And we're done. And we're happy.